It's now time for the nationally syndicated radio show that brings nothing but heat. Spitfire, save the matches radio with the brothers that are unmatched.
We discuss everything from food to finances. Want in on this? Have a comment or question? Send an email with bio to spitfiresavematches@gmail.com. #unmatched.
Spitfire save matches. Oh, we about to talk some hip hop today.
Oh yeah.
We about to do some hip hop today.
Y'all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Man, first of all, man, action-packed adventure, man. Who did the beats on this bad boy?
All right, we all do beats. I could go through each one and tell you how we did them, but the best way to go in is to break down our process, because what we would do, you gotta understand, these guys that I was with, we came along at a time where, you know, hip hop was real instrumental to your everyday way of living. It was to the point of where we had already decided this is what we were doing. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we were staying together. We were already at a radio station, and the main thing that was best about it was in our area was a lot of records. You understand what I'm saying? So like there were record shops, and they had a record hole, and by NC State you could go out to North Carolina State Fairgrounds and go to where a guy would have like a whole, you know, section of just all the jazz, funk, sometimes like promo records, things like that. And we as DJs will also get promos at the radio station. So we were deep into it, man, listening to records all the way through. And I was making beats. The thing that was dope was we knew we were getting into the genre of hip hop, and I was making beats, Spin was making beats, and Jingle was making beats. And Jingle and Spin were actual DJs going out and DJing college parties. And I was a radio DJ. They were more actually doing a lot of blends and spinning. I was doing more of the mic stuff and playing records on the radio. We linked up. I would go to parties, sometimes get on the mic, but mostly they did the damage. But we would go through records and try to blend them with whatever was popular for that day. We would find old jazz, hip hop, children's records. And so that was a culture that we were into. So as you get into the beats, we all did the beats. I like to say that we were all, it was like a concerted effort. If there's a particular one that you mention, I can go through and break down how we did it.
To the one to the O. Man,
okay, so Trooper 101, it was there was a whole nother version that we had before that, but then we just remade it with that beat, and Spin did the majority of the legwork on that. I would say that you could break down some of the, you know, if I started calling out samples, that's not Yaggfu, because, you know, people still don't know what we do to this day. But I say that, you know, it was a Spin on the effort with Jingle's assistance, and I think somewhere in there I came up with some of the other elements. But that's pretty much all the way that Yaggfu Front beats went. Everybody contributed some part or portion. Like on Left Field, that's another beat where we all contributed. Jingle was the one that got the organs, and I was the one that played the bass line from the sample. And Spin did some of the drums, and he also did this. He scratched that horn. And it was so organic, man. Like, I really miss those times because we were just in our element. We were getting paid by the label to sit up in a hotel, like, and just make beats all the time. And that was our purest. Now, we were talking earlier about technology. Technology has kind of replaced that, where we still get the same element, but we can send tracks back and forth through, the internet, like past the internet, like just hit him with the airdrop on the phone, and it's so quick and easy. almost overwhelmed us a few years ago. We had so much stuff and so much material that we could possibly put out. It was clear as day that we had to gear up if we wanted to try to do another go at it. But this was all a part of this plan or a joke that we had maybe 30 years ago that we would come back after we turned 50. So since then we've been making music the whole time, and we got all these fire tracks. So that's kind of why we're getting a push right now in the industry.
Speaking of technology and stuff, yo man, are y'all gonna be on Spotify soon? I need all this on Spotify, man.
All right, so with the deal that we have, we have control of our music, especially digital. I think there's one deal in the UK where he's doing some of the stuff that's on the secret tapes that we're not going to be releasing any vinyl on those for a second. But with digital media, this is what's going on with us. So what we have going on today is Spin's got a dope like EP. It might be turned into an album now. And Jingle's got a number of singles that I'm trying to convince him to kind of pull together to make a little compilation. And I'm coming out with a solo joint as well. But we also have a record label that's coming out called Unknown Planet. And we have an artist so far. Our first artist is this guy named Jay Gray, aka Legal Alien. And he's dope. And when I say dope, I mean like, something that would be like you're like, okay, I hear where you guys are coming from, and it's got the same hip hop vibe from before, but just 2022, I guess.
With the production of you guys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like everybody's individually producing themselves too, which is also dope.
Bro.
And we're all like, I mean, like, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you how I really feel. The production quality is high. We've always maintained a connection to hip hop. So if we're practicing, but we're not out there, it was by choice. And but we can sit right there with whoever you want to see to go. And we got music to prove it. It's not like I'm bragging about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. See you on all streaming platforms soon.
Yeah. It's coming soon. I can't wait to see it happen. It'll be happening very shortly.
The old stuff, the new stuff.
Everything.
It's definitely we're ready. It's almost ready. There's really no delay. It can happen anytime.
I was hoping we could get a little peek or a little sniblet or something. It's
how that works.
It's something on I don't mean to interrupt you, Fizz, but there was something on your Instagram page. Is that one of your new songs, or is that like?
Let me tell you about Spin's song called RSTF and You. I think that's how you say it. It's rappers need to shut the F up.
Yeah.
And it's just a freestyle rap, it's some, Yaggfu stuff, but he's just spitting it, not directed at nobody. But he and Jay Gray are both on it. And that's on our Instagram page. That's a preview of what Spin has coming up. So they both have fire singles coming out.
Yes.
Spin is a really, really talented artist. You know what I'm saying? But he's also talented in other fields where he gets paid. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that we're doing, I had several conversations with him where, it was difficult for him to really do what he wanted to do with music because he's so successful in other fields. And, it's kind of hard to book us because we charge a lot. So if you don't know who we are and you can't bid the people in the field, then you kind of stuck. You see what I'm saying? Because we'd be like, we can't, and we're fine where we are. But we love hip hop, and this is a part of a thing that we're doing. Art. My fiance who passed away would call it a performance art piece. I was like, well, that's a long one. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we in Andy Kaufman territory. That sounds like something he would have did. Yeah, more of a tongue-in-cheek joke between all of us that, hey, we were definitely, to us, in our humble opinion, we were futuristic, man. Like some of the stuff that we were doing, saying, talking to the record label about things that we wanted to do, they were out of our time and our league or out of their budget. So now, time fast forward, all this stuff we can take care of out of our own budget. Everything that Mercury did for us out of the whole thing, right? We can do in-house. And that's a powerful thing. And it's like I used to when I was in college, I was like, yo, why are these old dudes driving around Porsches? Now I know, because they had the time to go ahead and get everything straight so they can go ahead and put their money into what they want to do or what they love. And if they love a Porsche, that's it. we fit in that same category. What do you want? Do you want somebody that's coming out here that's coming to give you some real hip hop, or you want somebody that's, hey, I got to get a check out of this?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear us as Yaggfu Front, or do you want to hear us? Oh, here's some old guys want to come back and try to get on a wave. Forget that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's none of us. So that's one of the things. It comes out genuine. Spin gets to do what he wants to do. Jingle gets to do what he wants to do. We can come up with our own film, our direct our own videos. We got the cameras, we got everything we need. And we can actually stand on our own too in terms of our creativity and not be blocked by somebody that might think that what we're saying is too future forward. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's the best blessing so far. With a lot of the stuff we've been doing lately. I know that upcoming this Tuesday here in North Carolina, I'll be showcasing a bunch of beats and songs and never before heard at a club called The Fruit they have a lo-fi Tuesdays every Tuesday. And they asked me to do a headline on Tuesday, but I think I'm going to live stream it as well. So anybody that's interested that sees this and would like to hear some of the stuff that we might have going on, check that live stream on Tuesday.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah,
so I don't know if that answers your question. We all need to be. It's a big thing going on behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, talk to me about y'all's name though. Yaggfu Front, man. You get up if you're front. That's one of the most unique names in hip hop right there, man. Who came up with that? How did that come together?
All right, so I got to give props to my boy Perry Jones, who came up with the front part of it. I think I was playing around with a bunch of names. We were trying to figure out what we were going to call ourselves, and I was playing about. They was like, "With Brad, you're the creative one." So I came up with Yaggfu. You're gonna get effed up. Like, yeah, we're gonna f you up. And my boy Perry Jones came through and said, hey, what about front? I was like, front? What do you mean? Like front, like back front? He was like, nah. I was like, a storefront? He was like, nah. Like, what if it's a consequence to their actions if they front? And I was like, oh, so you're going to get effed up if you front. And then we switched it to, oh, so it's not even about we trying to go out here and smack suckers silly. We're trying to say that our style is so different that it will mess you up if you try to pretend that it's not when you first hear it. That was the concept. So
if you front on it.
Yeah, you can't front on Yaggfu Front, man. Like no matter where we go, everybody like it's been people to try to, but we're too solid in terms of us being able to even think about it. For 30 years, if you do encounter us, of course you might be like, oh yeah, well y'all this and that, not knowing, hey, this was an idea we came up with college. 3 guys who want to write a paper to be like, this is how you get a record deal. You see what I'm saying? And when you're doing it that way, you look at it, I'm living my own life. You know, you go off in your own life, you're like, hey, we did that. Let's do something else. But everything else might not be like, you know, how we interpreted it. And it might have lasted for, 2 generations, man. It's hilarious, right? So what if you just, all right, well, we'll go back in there. We'll do that. We'll knock it out and make it happen. Easy and quick. And you got it. And then people are already hesitant. And then you be like, well, you know, we're just like always been, here it is. And then you listen to it. And you be like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect that. It's built into it. That was the whole concept in the first place. So that's seeing it work again, watching other people use it, not knowing that was the concept that we had. So people like come down on, I watch people come down. In my mind, it fit the theory of the paper. Soulja Boy fit the theory of the paper. It was beyond what people expected in terms of them thinking, oh, it needs to sound like this. This is my version or my form of hip hop. No, actually, it's a prolific nature. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. No record labels or anything. It's the core structure of that paper. Being prolific, making as much music as you possibly can. Even if it's bad, a lot of bad tastes good to people. Okay? So if you already have it, I'm just saying. And so if you have that as a platform where that, hey, listen, I know that if I keep doing this, I'm going to have a level of fans. It might not be 1 million. I might not be Jay-Z, but I'm going to have a level of fans. And if you're able to take that and transform it into something that is sustaining, where you have merchandise, that's what we were telling them. Hey, we want to develop on, we'll hold off on y'all doing that. We're going to be developing. No, but this is how we're going to make the money ahead of time. You can now use that same template and go, oh, I'll go make me a Shopify. Now I got my t-shirts. I drew my logo. I did it on Canva. All right, this is it. Sure, you're gonna find tons and tons of people who are gonna be like, that is absolute trash. You made that on Canva. That's a Shopify. That person over there is playing Gallagher on the computer. That type of situation. You have a level of expectation of what it's supposed to be as a fan, as a connoisseur. But there are plenty of people, new fans every day. You could reach out to them and they'd be like, hey, I'm into this hip hop thing. Who's this? This is my boy. I knew him from day one. I'm gonna follow him to the end. I'm gonna subscribe to his channel, follow him on Facebook. That's my boy. I got him tattooed on my shoulder. That's how it works. You know, it's no other way. And so if you have that idea and that drive, that's where your success is. No matter, point me out another artist that didn't use that same technique. Nipsey Hussle. Boom. There's a good one.
Yeah. Well,
so and there's so many people out. NFTs are showing you there's so many people out there. There's so much money out there, bro. There's so much money out there. You don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing because you can find enough people to do that for you. That's what we were trying to say from the beginning. There's enough people out there for you to be successful for anything that you do, so long as you keep on looking for them.
Guys, we're well ahead of your time, bro. I mean, with you guys being on Mercury, were you like one of the first hip hop groups on Mercury? Because I couldn't remember.
Before us was Black Sheep. They had another one that was mixed in with Mercury and Island. I remember. It seems like Tragic. Golly. It seems like Mobb Deep was there when they were younger. There were a few other artists. We did a tour with them. First off, they had Diamond D. Diamond D was signed with Mercury.
And the Psychotic Neurotics.
And the Psychotic Neurotics, yep. Yeah, and then you got you have Nefertiti. She was also signed. If you remember her, Miss Mother Nation. I did a track on her album. And then Dougie D, who we bro. I mean, if you remember him, I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, we went with him. Yeah. He was a guy too. I don't want to forget him. And then I think I hit the mark. Black Sheep I mentioned as well, right? So you got Black Sheep, Diamond D, Nefertiti, Dougie D. I want to say Ill and Out Scratch as well.
Okay. I didn't know they was on Mercury.
I might be remembering incorrectly, but I'm just thinking about everybody that was around at the time. I didn't want to miss anybody, but we were probably, we were the most well-known on Mercury, meaning that the rest of them, they knew of the groups, but they didn't go, boom, they're on Mercury. With us, they connected us with Mercury because we shouted them out a lot, I think, on the album, so it made the connection. But I think with that, we were just kind of like enjoying everything that was happening to us, and everything that we put on the album was almost like a commentary of whatever was going on at the time. So it made it easy for us because we were like, yeah, this is our swan song. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna go out here and we're gonna see what it does. We didn't expect it to have the success that it did. We didn't expect for 30 years later I expected that we would definitely make a mark in the game. I know we did that because there's so many people that are artists that came from that time when we were there that went on to be successful and still acknowledge, at least, you know, in person, us and our contribution, that was worth everything. But I think there's a whole lot less hip hop sounding music out there in terms of what I came from. So I want to see if I can interject anything into that as well. I mean, as Jingle and Spin, but I think we all have the same goal that it needs to be a little more boom bap type hip hop, jazzy loops, but you know, our style. Some of that jump out is Yaggfu Front. You know what I'm saying? And or as us individually, because Spin has his own style, which is derivative of the Tech Specialist. I don't know if y'all know about that. The Tech Specialist is like a secret album that we put out on the internet that is hard to find.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sure is. The second album is hard to find unless you find it on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean that's by design. I mean, like the whole thing about it is that if you're gonna find Yaggfu Front, if you listen to Yaggfu Front, I think that everybody can feel the fact that we try to put something special in Yaggfu Front in terms of your listening experience. That was beyond just the three guys. It was actually your own listening experience, and so we want to maintain that, bro. Like it's not an easy thing to be mysterious in hip hop. I mean, the only other person I know that does it is like Missy Elliott. Like, who knows what she's doing? And then, and then with today, you have to be able to put your information out there in some way. And Spin and Jingle, we're gonna see if we can get them to. They're totally on technology. It's not like they're off technology, but you know, they're very, very deep and very talented. So I'm waiting and excited to see when it's time for them to start doing press, what they have to say. I think they'll elevate our press a whole lot more than me, because I'm just gonna tell you straight. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you exactly how it's going down. Smash mouth straight through a brick wall type. You know what I'm saying? So you get me, but I think they can get deeper in terms of where we're going without, you know, I'm gonna keep the bag in. You see what I'm saying?
Man, from an era where you had to, it seemed like that was an era where you had to make your own music. There really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys came from the era where you did it all basically. You did your beats. Did you mix it down too? Because it seemed like
we mix it down. We still do it to this day. That's the thing. But that's where you come from. You come from an era of everything was do it yourself. Writing rhymes was doing yourself. DJing was doing yourself. You take other people's music, but you know you physically are doing it. Making beats was the thing. You know, to make quality beats, what did you have to do? Like spend $2,000-$3,000. Then you had to go spend $1,000 in the studio. We were riding in the back of a pickup truck going to Mid-East recording studio on I-95 just to go to that recording studio where they would give us free reign and cheap recording quality. I mean, cheap prices for great recording quality. And you know, it's just it's more of a farm vibe in terms of how we made our music. And I don't mean that because we're from North Carolina, but where, you know, you gotta lift the bell, you gotta milk the cows, you gotta get out there and cut the wheat, you know. And so it was entertaining to me because people found it to be, you know, surprising, or even what's the best way to say it? They found it to be a bridge to them seeing us where they wanted to see us, which was weird to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine you are focused in the way that you might put together this podcast, but someone else might come along and be like, oh, you got a podcast now? And you get that little extra little space there where it's like, yeah, I detect that what I'm doing has an influence on you more than me as a person saying it. You know, and so you get into that era of between are you becoming someone by doing it? And say, you know, are you the same person 20 years later that you are when you go into it, when people start adoring you, or you go and some girl throws herself at you, or somebody gives you like 10 stacks the first time, like boom, here you go. And that's not even between, you see what I'm saying? Like, and you didn't ever had that. There's a space in there where you could change. You could become somebody else. You can now see yourself as validated by all the ways that people try to like tell you you're validated, or you can recognize it's all an illusion in the first place. And so sometimes that happens to people who are put in that position, actors, I'm sure. But for us, we're just from North Carolina, and we make good hip hop, and it cuts through. It makes us be able to cut the line. So when we go to the club, they're like, "Hey, yeah, those guys. I can't remember, but yeah, that was great." You see what I'm saying? Coming from the perspective that we are. But in terms of the way things are today, you have to make your mark. You got J. Cole out here. You got the Baby out here. You have Nike out here. Yeah, Little Brother is out here.
Yeah,
all of them are doing that. So, and no disrespect to any of them, but because we were away, it may appear to be that we don't stand right there with them. But there's a lot of people that have that expectation of us that we have to fulfill just like any other them. You see what I'm saying? That's really real. So we got a high level of bar that we have to maintain, and then we got to go above that bar. You see what I'm saying? Man. And so I'm excited because, I can say with confidence, we definitely got some stuff that you guys will blow your mind. Some of this stuff will blow your mind because it blows my mind.
Yeah, I got something I want to play, and then I got a question that came in, but I want you to listen to this. Do you remember this freestyle on Sway and Tech? If it'll play, come on. Come on, it's spinning. It's doing the spinning thing. Anywho, let's go to this.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like where I was like, I get much trust when I put my fingers in the dust.
Man. There you go.
I get much trust when I put my fingers in the dust. It's the rope I slush your ass from the tube to boots of dust. Hey, I must dispel all those who thought I wouldn't sell. See, I can tell that they're running with those jealous feelings. Well, I'm not concerned. If you help me with my magazine spit, see, I can flow like a waterfall when I spark like flint. I let off like Clint, even if my eyes are filled with glint. So here's a hint. Don't come around fucking with my shit. Oh!
Wow.
Yeah. And I think, that's dope. I'm glad. I don't know where you got that from. I put it out on a compilation a long time ago. I remember that too. But the dopest part about that was, I was getting too hyped. Like I didn't even know what was going to go down when it was my turn. It was really all three of us, but I didn't know what was going. Yeah, and so I was like, "Oh, that's the beat. I'm about to spit this," and then it happened just like that. That's exactly how it happened. I was like, "Oh, that's the beat. Oh, okay, let's go." And then I just hype. Like I was like, "Oh, I'm on Sway and Take." Like,
you got a question. If you all of wisdom you pose today, with all the wisdom you pose today, what advice would you give the 16-year-old you?
I would say no matter what you gotta do, get like at least 5-10 stacks and start this joint. No matter what you gotta do, get like 5-10 stacks and then merchandise everything. Like every idea that you guys have. If I went back then, I would have said every idea, all your ideas, man, all of them are dope. Figure out a way to get 10 stacks so you can go ahead and go and start manufacturing your t-shirts and your designs and everything, man. Y'all would be super straight. Now, I don't know if we would have sold a lot of t-shirts, but I would have learned a lot faster where we could hit our mark. And that's the one thing I would tell any 16-year-old today is, hey, figure out a way. Like it could be a job. Like if you're staying at home, like a part-time job could get you close to 10 stacks. It don't have to be exactly 10 stacks. And then if you have that dream that you want to make something musically, think about making product that goes along with music besides just delivery. Because right now everybody's understanding it's an invisible product. They don't need packaging, they don't need anything. But branding is the key. So if you have a good logo or if you have some way to bolster that in your community, in your field, that's the number one thing. Make the t-shirts a part of you, and don't afraid to make them bad. Like make as many bad t-shirts till they good as possible. Bro. Like just go ahead and do it. Yeah, it won't matter later. I'm sitting here going right now. I'm going through a terabyte drive that I just got back up that has I don't know how many files on it, and I'm taking the files. And I'm removing them, cleaning them up with the technology that I have, art files and everything, and starting a whole clothing line with all these ideas that I had 15, 20 years ago. Because it won't change. If you got a good idea and you got it all gathered together, just imagine now I can actually release it, get it manufactured, get all the stuff, get the chenille patches, get the tags in it, get all the stuff, make sure that it's the cotton that I study, follow direction for all the people in the fashion, and make it for me. Nobody has to buy it but me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Nobody has to buy it for me. The same amount of money I spent on Nike, now I'm dipped in my own clothes in 2022. You see what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, bro. And that's where I feel like we all should be at. And then if somebody want to buy it, boom, I'm putting $1,280 on it. Yeah, you can buy if you want to. I was trying to keep it just for me. You see what I'm saying? But,
And
yeah.
I feel like you the type of person who said, go ahead, try as many times you need to. If you fail, that's a good thing. Walt Disney, they said, try 300 things before he got to Disney. So am I right about, is that what you're saying? Try as
I'm
many times
saying,
you need to. Failing is a good thing because you're going to learn from them failures.
I'm saying that looking back, the failure, I don't see it anymore. Because all the
Okay.
things that I worried about, everything that I thought wouldn't happen, the things that passed away, the things that I gotta shout out my fiance who passed away almost a year ago today.
About
Her
that.
name is
I have a
Lorraine
condolences,
Cole. Yeah, I got to shout her out. Y'all have to understand, and the reason why I'm here today, speaking in front of you today, is because of that woman, how amazing she was, how it pains me to the minute that she's not here to see me actually do everything. She never got a chance to see me do any of this. So regardless of the situation, there ain't no, you know how people there is like an option for failure, bro. There is no failure here. The ultimate goal is for you to finish the task that you set out to do, to say the things and mean them. In North Carolina, the model is to be rather than to seem. You feel what I'm saying? So regardless of the situation, you're talking about failure, practicing failure. The very first time you take your first step, you can fall over. Do you call that a failure? No. What are you doing is preparing yourself for a lifetime of walking.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it ain't no real failures. Failures is a way for somebody else who wants to take advantage of you and what you want to do, right? And try to tell you something's wrong. You don't fail when you get an F on the paper. What you have done is given a huge realization in the form of a letter that says, I didn't do the work. I am BSing myself. I secretly am saying I'm doing these things, but deep down there's a whole nother self that is slacking. It just wants to play around. We have all of that. We're human beings. We dwell in that. But if you have somebody like me to come along and be like, yes, I dwell in it too, bro. But look, you've been had great ideas. You've been had all these ideas that you're trying to do. Why can't you implement them now? Technology is your friend. You can do so many things right now with no money that you can, if you take that F that you used to get and realize it was a wake-up call as not as a failure, but to be fearless. You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to take away. You got fear in you. It ain't an F of failure, it's an F of fear, because you can step up and really do it, because technology is just, bro, it's overwhelming. Name one thing that you want to make a movie, you can do it on your iPhone. People say, oh, you got too many iPhones. Bro, you could be like me, have several plans. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now you got another one. Or friends like, look, I got one in the drawer. You know what I'm saying? Here, you say you want to shoot from 5 different angles and do some matrix stuff. Yes. All right. Well, here goes one in the drawer. All right. So now I probably got like I've got so many ways to pull it off. I literally on a daily basis am switching up. That's the house phone calling.
Uh-oh.
All right, so
now, huh?
Right, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. But I've got so many things that I can do. All the things that I do on a daily basis. People call me up and ask me to take care of certain tasks because I work with several brands. All right, and when I'm working with them, they may have some technical issue or branding issue or adjustments with whatever graphic design that they have, because we're deep into it, and I already have the references and everything like that. I can do that from my phone. I was stuck in front of a hot Mac, like the same Mac, not this same Mac, but the one just like this one, and the same wall. This is a brand new one, and it was reflecting heat off the back of it. Now I can go outside and do everything. I can get up, eat food, do whatever I want to right from my phone. And people are even doing even better with working, having MacBooks or whatever. But the ability to come with Hollywood quality stuff, fashion quality, the fashion house design quality stuff from my phone has surpassed me by 2 years. Now I'm in it, and one of them died. I'll be like, all right, hey, my phone about to die, and then pick up the other phone. And then anybody that says, oh, I couldn't do this, man, I was doing this off of Android first. It just so happened to be that things change and you end up getting an iPhone. I've been doing it. So I believe in the capabilities of every single person that I meet. And I fear that they got stuck with some of this societal way of thinking of where that you're blind. The gray area is I have the ability to practice this. They want me on my Facebook. They want me on my Instagram. They want me watching the local news. They want me watching Netflix. They don't want me doing this. They don't want me doing this because that will bring you into play.
Right.
We got to get into play, man. We got to get into play.
Word.
You got a lot of let me just say this. I was a fan of a lot of y'all's records, and a lot of it was coming from a DJ. It was the production. And you know when you DJ, you do your remixes.
Oh yeah.
One that I used to use a lot growing up, or earlier, not growing up, but in my earlier days was Busted Loop. The Busted Loop instrumental, bro.
Crazy.
How that beat come about, man? Was it busted, or what was the story behind that loop, that song?
All right, so busted loop, all of our loops kind of are busted. So imagine if busted loop is just a way to kind of describe a sample that is cut slightly off. So if you're listening to the sample directly, it doesn't sound like it's on time. But when you hear the drums come in and the hi-hats and all the different samples and stuff, it now sounds as an organic sound, like a human sound. And so people be like, yo, did you know that your sample's busted, right? You know, I don't know if they actually say that. I think that's the way we coined it afterward. We're like, yeah, we like these busted loops, or this is a busted loop, and it will become something. It will become its own thing. The crackles, the skips, it was its own thing. We didn't care about the pristine quality of the record so long as the groove was straight. So busted loop was us piecing together. I think somewhere along the line, I was looking for the craziest horn sample. I know that. It was like on a record like Screaming Saxes or something like that. And it was just like, oh, this sounds like some wild saxes. I want something crazy. I want us to go crazy. I want us to act just like we lost our minds on this track. So we got I think we had the beat going, right? And it's playing along, and I found that, and I just brought it back. It was like, I was like, oh, that's it right there. That's it. That shit, everyone back. Randy was on engineer. Randy, rewind that back real quick. And so we got it in there, and it was like just like that. And it was like, that sounds crazy. And it was like, that sounds busted. And that's how busted loop came to be. And everybody jumps in. Like it was just an amazing experience to do production with those guys because the synergy and synchronicity was just there. We were eating sandwiches, hoagies, and going to McDonald's, and literally just like going in there and making beats all day long, making the crazy songs. Half of Action Packed Adventure never was released. And we made the best album that I think that there are other songs that were better, but I think it made the best album for the introduction of what we thought we wanted it to sound like, which was a wild adventure of lyrics and beat styles that would sound different than what everybody else was doing. I think we succeeded on that. So that was one of my favorites. Busted Loop, Action Packed Adventure is also one of my favorites, and Hold 'Em Back is one of my favorites.
Yeah. The whole album.
Huh?
Is that the first album, Action Pack?
Yeah. There's all the secret tapes, everything except for Tech Specialist. That's all one album, and that's not all the material, but that's damn near all the material. There was one song that we couldn't release because they said it was violent, even though it wasn't violent.
Wow. Violent.
Okay. So at the end, some guy finds somebody cheating and he gets beat to death. But it's not really like that. It comes off way better than I described it. I promise. I love that song. And then it also had a problem with the title. It was called Lena's Orgasm. But I mean, orgasm is not a bad word, man. Like, what are you talking about? A lot of our stuff is tongue in cheek, so you gotta be in on a joke. But the whole point is that song, Lena's Orgasm, is probably one of the rarest. There's several songs that just don't exist anywhere. Possibly. I've only found references to them because we would just make mad songs, and some would be released on the radio, and some we kept on tapes. But the Luau is like the most legendary hip hop song. It's the craziest, the hottest. Like if the luau came out right now, it would make people go crazy. They was like, "Oh my god, that's the most craziest song ever!" And it's a real song. The other people say, "Is this a song you made up?" No, it's an actual real song. You can talk to DJs, you can talk to people who experienced the luau as I did, and they will probably tell you saying it's probably one of the dopest hip hop songs ever. And it got lost.
Really?
It got lost in a really strange way in New York City. And it exists out there somewhere. There's one girl that I haven't been able to get on the phone with. It's like a track down mystery that you will see as somebody as a YouTube person doing, bro. In fact, at one point, if I didn't think YouTube was so lame, I was like, yo, man, if I could just chronicle all of this stuff, people would lose their minds to hear the stories that have gone along with us putting together Action Packed Adventure 2. So,
Fringerling style, y'all was flowing on that track. Is that were y'all writers or were y'all freestyling and just
exactly.
Really?
Okay. We make up the song, right? And then we go back sometimes and record the song. We would write stuff down, like, I don't know, like Fling-a-Ling style is exactly that, whatever comes to your mind. So majority of the stuff, unless we thought it was so dope that we should remake it. Man, it was probably freestyle. Like my D is so large at the end. My D is so large, the bonus track. I know y'all probably know about that one. That was all freestyle.
Sounds like a plot to an Atlanta episode, The Missing Song.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I would say that one of the craziest parts, if you're an Atlanta watcher, there is a part that on the show where they went to a college show. They did a college show.
I remember that.
That show felt like it was ripped from my life. That's how well written that was. I was totally, and I actually conferred with either, I think it was Spin, and he concurred with that, bro. I don't know how to explain it to you, but that show is creepy. That the most recent one where Elon Musk got sued, bro. They on some other stuff on there. I don't know if it's your brother or who's writing those new shows, but
I haven't seen new season.
Yeah, that new show is a little different, but it's good. I enjoy it.
So is it truly different? If you think about it, it's in an alternate reality, right? Because they already had the Tubmans. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't know this, it's like on some like Jordan Peele alternate reality type, then you'll miss that part. But anybody that's watching Atlanta is not set in our world, in our Atlanta. It's set in a whole nother world. So a lot of the weird stuff that you're experiencing is because they're in a whole different dimension, bro. Some of the things that they show you on the show. Remember Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
You remember you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, they're on another. So the weirdness, you just forget. It's been so long, you forgot how weird it was before. You see what I'm saying?
I started it over. It is weird from the beginning. It's just weird stuff, weird situations. It's just weirdness, man. Remember,
weirdness all the way around. The weirdest. The weirdest is like, to me, it's the weirdest black show I ever seen in my entire life. Like Get Out, and the only thing that tops Atlanta is Get Out, and of course the other joint, and the trailer for Nope. Like, yeah, it's like
that looks good. I can't wait to see that. Nope,
bro. I can't wait to figure out what exactly black horror is, because black horror for me is the minute that the sounds are made in the corner. When I'm like, hey, I'm out of here. No, hey, let's go. What you talking about? Like,
that's the only thing that I'm scared of.
Other movies, like, what you talking about? So, black horror for me is somebody like maybe like some mountain people try to stalk some black people from a college, right?
Yeah.
And then the black people be like, oh hell no, and then they stalk the mountain people.
Yeah,
that is black horror. Yeah, because what you want is you want black people, you want people staring in the scenes and stuff of black people like, yeah, get them. Like, I want that in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I like. I like when people yell at Endgame. At Endgame, when I saw Endgame and Black Panther came out, this one black dude got like, that's what I'm talking about. And you got to like, yeah,
he said, get it for me.
Yeah.
He was gone, bro.
Yeah, I want that ODB energy, bro. We need that energy back.
I think that's why Black Panther was so popular for that same reason. You just want to see the black dude kicking some butt for once.
Blaze. I mean, and it was Chadwick Boseman. You know, he had just come off of the serious performances. You know what I'm saying? He was our James Brown. He killed James Brown, bro. Like, think about it. He killed James Brown.
Yeah.
So you got, I was happy for him, and you know he was the type we needed somebody in there to like go to Africa and sit around with some tribes and learn their dialect and figure out a way to like make it authentic for us. Like
it had deep meaning. He was the one. And that movie broke records.
I
love Black Panther. It was a pain.
Yeah, it was great.
It was pain. I ain't gonna lie. It was a
black man superhero for a long time, and they finally put him on the screen. He wasn't a vampire hunter. Blade though, man. Blade was sweet. Blade. Was
hold on. You can't discount Blade, bro. Come on now. Like,
I love Blade too.
Except the third one.
We wouldn't even have these movies if it weren't for Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Blade saved Marvel.
I liked all three of them.
Blade saved Marvel, man. Blade.
Talking about all three Blades.
I liked all three of them. Yeah, I liked all of them.
Yeah. I hope they throw, you know, with all this multiverse, like throw Blade a bone. He put it down for it. He made me believe that they could have superheroes straight off top. They even bit his costume. That's the thing I didn't like. They bit his costume. Think about it. When X-Men came out, you know that they could have did something else, but they bit Blade's costume. They were like, well, because they were confused. First off, they didn't even know they could make money. And then when they realized they were wrong, they had to come up with reasons why they didn't know that they could make money off of it. So they kept blocking studios all the time, trying to figure out ways that they could put their own dumb input into it, but they don't know nothing about comics until Kevin Feige came along. But previous to that, you know, it was like it's got to be realistic. Who goes around wearing spandex? No, you don't wear spandex. You wear stuff, clothes, but just make it look like it's the same thing that they were wearing. But instead of wearing tights, you wear baggy pants. Like just like they did with Captain America. It was like once Kevin Feige got a hold of it, it was good. But that's why I could hope he can reach back out. He knows it was because of Blade. I don't even watch this stuff except for because of Blade, bro.
Right. Because they had a bad part where Marvel movies was and then once he came along, Marvel movies was up, man.
It was about DC. It was about DC at the time because DC was killing it. It was killing it with the Superman and Christopher Reeve, and then they came with the Batman. All we had was Spider-Man on TV. Remember, he used to like only have one web shooter. You see what I'm saying? We ain't had nothing like that. So
yeah. Bro. Speaking of Batman, was it? The Batman comes out a couple days. The new one.
Oh wow!
The Batman.
Yeah, that was great. I went to see it on night one, and
it's gonna be on.
So I loved it. I love it.
It's a show.
Another one.
Yeah, it's about to be on HBO. What is that? The new HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know they was coming out with a show. I fell asleep on the movie, man. I tried to watch it last Saturday matinee. Man, you should not smoke and then eat buttery popcorn and a whole drink of pop.
And watch the movie. You gotta watch it.
I missed half the movie.
It ain't that type of movie. It's the kind of movie where you actually want to like let go of all the other Batman so that you can be like, all right, it's a new Batman. Because I already know
it's a mystery movie.
Huh?
I heard it's a mystery movie, like a detective.
Yeah. It's more listen, man. It's more Batman in this movie than it is on the other movies. Meaning he's Batman most of the time. I know I keep saying Batman, but he's in the movie that much. And also it helps you to level out the fact that it's a rich fool walking around in a bat suit. They leveled it out. I'm just saying, like, because Batman, right off top, Batman shows up. Y'all seen the commercial? He goes to the crime scene, right? And of course, I'm gonna be in the back of my head when I was first watching it, going to the crime scene, like they just gonna let this dude dressed up like this, looking like this, walking around at a crime scene. And so the way that they did it, the way that they introduced it, I'm sure the director had it in, he had that in mind, because it did put you in the world by having him at the crime scene. They'd be like, "Yo, you gonna let the street be here?" Like, that's the type of thing.
I remember that.
That's the type of thing. Yeah, you got to get past that. You got to get past yo. You gonna jump off a building in a cape? Oh no, we're not buying it.
Swinging on that building, he was really scared. You know, Batman always looked like nothing scary. Nah, man, them heights, man. He was like, shh, man.
Yeah, he was like, shoot. Hold up. Let me think about this for a second. He was like, oh, they don't shoot you really good and bounce. So I feel that 100%. Like, my whole thing about all of that stuff, I relate it all back to hip hop to me. Putting together everything like that in the movie with samples, like the amazing stuff they did with Spider-Man, No Way Home. I was watching the behind the scenes for that. Like, that's a part of hip hop that I believe in the video part of hip hop. We got a story history in terms of pushing the limits of what's being seen. Think about the incredible, iconic videos of hip hop of days past and how they've inspired movies and television. Some of those directors who used to do hip hop went on to do like Rush Hour. You had Spike Jonze, who used to direct Beastie Boys videos. He went on to direct movies. Hype Williams, like all of those things are derivatives of that. So when I see technology advancing that forward, where they're doing that much to create a world that looks damn near seamless to me now in comparison to how it used to be back in the day. I still believe in someone like a Tom Holland, an MC. Like, remember, I'm making a correlation here, who can come in as a natural talent to flip, like, you know what I'm saying, dodge and jump off of cars and do it 10, 20 times in a row. That's what I would like to see mixed with technology of today. There's a program I hope I get a chance to be involved in at UNC. It's called Hip Hop Without Borders, and it sends people who are involved in hip hop. I believe Diamond did it. I saw that he had done it, but I'd be interested in doing that, where you can go to different countries and stuff and spark, like, little hip hop symposiums, or a little, like a little
Hip Hop Without Borders,
like a little school,
like Doctors Without Borders. I like that. That's good.
Hip Hop Without Borders. If they still have it, I don't know if they paused it during the pandemic.
I like that.
But going back to the phones and everything, there's a lot that kids are doing. You've seen the guys in one of the countries in Africa doing little kids doing videos. I'm sure you guys have seen that, where they recreate big budget movies and stuff. We need to spark more interest in stuff like that. I hope that maybe I could inspire both young people who actually never got a chance to rap, but really dreamed about it, that they could, you're at the forefront right now. Most of the rappers that are in this age bracket between 40 and 60 now, probably still thinking about using their voice, and they're starting to come back. I'm pretty sure KRS-One just released the album. Onyx did a throwback album.
Classic.
Even Chill Rob G just released the album. I was on the phone with Daddy-O a while back, who's also from Stetsasonic. He's coming out with a solo album, and Stetsasonic is coming out with a group album again. So you gotta understand. To me, I kind of expected there would be a time where it came down to the numbers. Who's out here? Who has good material? Who is left over that's still connoisseurs of hip hop, and who wants to buy it? And then you can sustain a whole community off of that if you can hone it in. And there were so many people with record label money that were cutting into that. They're not there anymore. I told them farm to table hip hop. Straight off the farm, straight you eating it right at the crib.
Right. Man, we went a little left, but it's all good.
I do that.
It's all good. It all goes back to hip hop, like you said, because we hip hop started everything, and they just don't realize it, but it did. It really influenced a lot. For all those out there, man, I wanted you to come on here because I think that a lot of younger people need to be exposed to what you guys have done, and to those of us that rock to you guys, to know that you're still out here doing it, and that hopefully, like you said when you did put that to rest, that you are putting out a new project, and I can't wait to hear it, bro. I can't wait to hear it. I'm
It's
excited to hear.
coming very shortly.
Yeah, I was hoping we could have found something, hidden gems on the
I don't
web.
know. I don't know. Let me see what happens. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. But I want everybody out there to follow you, and so I would like for you to maybe put out your social media and where they can find your music.
Follow the group. You can find everybody's individual. I think Jingle is at Yaggfu. I think Spin is at Spin4. I think I'm at Team Lucci. And then I know I am. And then the group on Instagram is official Yaggfu, but usually Yaggfu Front everywhere. We're trying to fix that one. And so check us out on any social media. You can just Google us, Yaggfu Front. You'll find us somewhere. And we talk to everybody. If you hit us up, we'll talk to you. I don't know if you'll get every single person, but one of us will talk to you back. And make sure that you guys look out for the new release from Spin, which is coming up, which is called Rappers Need to Shut the F Up, featuring Jay Gray. That's going to be streaming very shortly.
Salute. I can't wait. Just that little sample that I heard was fire.
Oh, yeah.
That sample was fire. I was like, you took it back to the essence.
Yeah, no, Spin is a dope MC, bro. Like he's super dope, and I'm always happy to work with him. I'm really happy with the music and the progress, and him producing the solo. And I expect big things for him, so I'm really happy. I can't wait. I can't wait for Jingle's joint. I can't wait for my joint, but Spin's up first, and I want to. I just want to let y'all know how dope it is, and how you know what I'm saying, how he's really killing it. Maybe we can get him on the show.
Yeah, for sure. What about as a group? Can we see a project as a group anytime soon?
We're always working on projects as a group, but it may not be what you're expecting. Which I think that I've been doing a lot of production, and I think I have some songs and some beats that they'd be interested in putting on Action Packed Adventure 2. But with Action Packed Adventure 2, we're trying to maintain the same. I want to see us succeed at keeping the same sound that you've heard before, but just updated. So you're gonna get jazzy loops and horns and stabs and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that you'll find that it doesn't sound dated at all. Because the stuff you heard on Instagram, it don't sound dated, does it?
No. Dopeness.
No.
All right, man. As always, man, I appreciate you coming on, and
appreciate y'all having me.
You got something going on, man, and you just want to come back, man, holla at us. The door's open.
For sure. Hey, look, as we do these releases, you know what I'm saying? If y'all open your own doors, I'll try to get the guys in there and get some of the guys, and maybe you guys can check out what Unknown Planet has for you. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
We would love that.
Classic hip hop record label from North Carolina. That's what's up.
I would love to do that. Definitely.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Y'all be easy.
Peace. There it is. Yaggfu Front.
I can't
in
wait
the building.
That stuff to my Spotify, man. I'm gonna just ride around or jam it.
Man.
Man,
they get it in.
Albums, man. I couldn't find nothing. That stuff buried deep in the web.
Yes, sir. Uh oh. Is it? What the hell is
that?
You gotta look up. Like, was that a plane? You got a plane up here? Hold on, man. Where's your music, man? What is going on?
I'm waiting. I said, that sounded like I didn't know what that was. That wasn't the intro.
Did it get erased? No. Let's see. Is this it?
Okay.
Dope.
Wow. Okay, I like that too. Though. I mean,
bro, did it get erased?
Okay. Well,
Oh, I know we played it. I played it earlier, didn't we?
I was ready to come in like quack, 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 quack. I'm Fizz Ed Music, and this is the news. I was thinking, man, you remember back in the day before Charlie Rose got in trouble for all that sexual assault stuff. You know what I used to love? I used to love when Good Morning America come on, or was it? There it is. There it is. He'd be like, "Your world in 90 seconds." I used to love that. Oh, I love that. Your world in 90. All right, there it is. Hold up. I'm Fizz Ed Music, and this is the news. Hey, there's all types of tasty and delicious politics to sink our teeth into, but I ain't want to talk about no politics right now. Nah, let's talk about some pop culture. How about this? Let's talk about how pop culture intersects with politics. What would Trick Daddy and LGBTQ legislation have anything to do with each other, right? What would them two things have to do with each other, right?
Whoa, Trick Daddy.
Yeah, Trick Daddy. Believe it. Yeah, check this out. Trick Daddy says, now, first of all, let's go all the way back and I'll show you how the two things correlate. Trick Daddy says that he used the earwax method to test for gonorrhea. Now, like, if you're, what I was gonna say, something now, boys, I was gonna ask, do you know about this? Because I know about this. This is an old, I can't call it an old wives' tale, but this is an old brother's tale, I guess, of a way that you're able to check a young lady for an STD. Have you ever heard of this, boys?
From your ear?
Yeah, I did. And I know, Justice, I think you too young for this. And because I got it from an older brother who had told me back in the day. Yeah, this is okay. Look, okay, look, but
I
okay,
never in my life.
Okay, listen.
Wait a minute. You know, I think I'm murdered. Shake your ear, boys. If you got a little extra wax.
No. This was a preemptive thing that you're listen. Okay, let me tell y'all. A friend of mine, I'm not gonna say his name. Good friend of mine from Philly, older brother, older than me, and I'm an old brother myself. He back in the day, he had told me. He said, "Ed, if you with a chick, right, and you think she might have something, but you don't know, and you want to make sure it's all good before you do whatever." He said you want to put your finger in your ear, get a little wax on there, and then you would insert it in the young lady. And if she jumps, then that means she has something, and you want to leave that alone. This is I'm not making this
that
up.
out loud.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of the signs.
Why?
Airwax is dead mucus, right?
There's no science behind it, man. This is garbage. Is it real? No. Does it work? No. But is this an old? I don't know what. It's not an old wives' tale. I guess it's an old Negro's tale. I don't know what because I mean, like I said, the older brother told it to me. So, don't try it. Don't. That woman should smack you in the mouth if you put anything on anything and put it inside her. You are not a gynecologist. Do not do it. Okay, so there's that for people who have never heard of it or who don't know about it. Trick Daddy talked about dating two women and contracting the disease, gonorrhea, and said it was around his high school, and said some of his friends in high school had actually got rounded up by the health department or whatever. They got arrested because, they were spreading this gonorrhea. And okay, so with all that said, he talked about that or whatever. And of course, Charlemagne the God went nuts and was laughing and stuff because that's funny. Then Trick Daddy talked about he talked about how he supports the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. Now that's a bill that we've talked about on the show. I talked about it on my show. Yeah, in Florida where they can't even talk about anything having to do with the LGBTQIA community, any gay stuff, any people who might be gay or transgender can't even they have to act like they don't exist. They have to act like they're not a part of our society. They have to not talk about them as far as it is in school or whatever. So Trick Daddy said he supports that. Now, does that surprise you or does it not? I'm explaining to you why he supports it. I've never met this man. I'm gonna tell you why he supports it. Why do y'all think he supports it?
I have no idea why this man supports it.
I don't know why he would say it. But I mean,
yes, that's insane. Yes, that is
black
insane.
male from the black community. We are the black community. We talk about this, man. It's real strong against the gay policy. Like, yeah, man, we don't want to talk about that stuff. So That's really
And
probably where it come from. We
that's a
get
good point that you
zero
just
tolerance.
Justice, you just brought up something I kind of forgot, and I don't know how I forgot. I follow Little Nas X on TikTok, and man, I tell you, Trick Daddy, he's always going in on Little Nas X. You know what I'm saying? He really don't. He just doesn't like the fact that this is a gay, openly gay, black
And the
male
new
who raps
generation
or
ain't
whatever.
like
He doesn't. He got a
so
problem with
much.
it. Mm-hmm.
The new
He
generation
jealous
is
of
like that.
lesbians.
But the
Is
old
he?
generation,
They get more.
anybody, I say 28 and up, zero
Mm-hmm.
tolerance, man.
That's an interesting comment, Sunshine. There might be some of that.
Look, I know I am. Shoot, man, lesbians is so dang. I'm like, God dang. First, I gotta compete with men that's more handsome than me. I gotta compete with dildos that's more talented than me.
Okay.
Now I gotta compete with beautiful women. No, that's why I quit, man.
Hey.
I'm like, yo, I quit. Where my robot at, bro?
Hey, that's only look. A buddy of mine who used to frequent strip clubs all the time. He had told me how I think it's a million years ago, of course, when I was a single man, we're in a strip club, and he said, "Ed, you see that girl over there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Sometimes me and her will go at it, and I'll try and say I can get more women than she can get." He said she beats me every time. And my boy was a player. He had plenty of women. He said she beats me every time.
Bro,
I believe it.
You love a beautiful woman. You're not
some of that. You just said some of that, Justice. Who doesn't love a beautiful woman, even other beautiful women?
At least in America. I mean, you might have to go to another country or something, man. But you ain't happening over here, man. The game lobby. Man, but back to Trick Daddy so we don't get too far. Yeah, that's
listen though.
Black culture of zero tolerance for gay stuff in the homes. Shoot, you had families break up. Yeah, sometimes you wouldn't see your cousin for years because your cousin came out of the closet and the family talked about him. Too bad you don't feel comfortable coming around or some shit like that.
Now look, there you just hit the nail on the head. See, that's the thing. I tell people all the time, all black people are religious. The local dope boy around the corner is religious. What does even Future talk about? God blessing all the trap. Yeah. Every black people are always religious, and Trick Daddy is from where? The South. He's from the Bible Belt. So to him, to people like Pastor Troy,
last week. So there's these states. Yeah, they don't sell liquor on Sunday. They got all these weird laws based around.
And I used to be here. That's how I used to be here at one point.
Yeah.
We couldn't buy liquor on the weekend, on Sunday.
Yeah, this isn't part of the Bible Belt. That's that southern region. But yes, we have had stringent law. This whole country was founded by Puritans. You know what I'm saying? And Puritans were people who were all about people living a quote unquote pure way of life. So a lot of that stuff seeps into American culture anyway. But Trick Daddy in particular is on that because he's from the South, and in the South, that's just not acceptable. It just isn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting that him being Trick Daddy. You said what?
Ain't little Boosie from the South, or Boosie, whatever he calls himself now.
Louisiana.
And he also goes in on Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X,
He has a huge problem with it. Why? Because these brothers at their core are from this. You know who else doesn't like Lil Nas X? My man, a rapper I really like a lot. Sada Baby. He doesn't.
Sada Baby. Hey, what's Sada Baby?
Oh, that's my dude. I like Sada Baby. Look, yeah, you wouldn't think an old man getting into Sada Baby. I dig Sada Baby, but you know what? He has a problem with Lil Nas X, but I get it. A lot of my family is from the South, so they're kind of the same, and I get it. Down there, it's not a joke. I remember me and my woman took a vacation there not too long ago, and people in my family kept asking us, "So you going to church? So Sunday you going to church? So Sunday we'll see you in church?" And we're like, "Nah, we don't go in for all that." But that's a big deal to because it's the South, So everybody goes to church,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they probably don't like us Northerners too much.
City folks. City folks.
It's just different. They just understand that we're godless. No, I'm saying. No, it's like,
we're
I don't mean that.
Hey,
I don't mean that either. My mom is a minister. Let me cut it out. I send the show to her. Mom, ain't nobody godless. Ain't nobody godless.
God don't like ugly.
Hey, but check this out. Trick Daddy said though that he doesn't support the anti-abortion legislation. Said he doesn't support that. He said you should not be trying to make anybody have a child if they don't want to have it. Now, isn't that interesting? Think about that. So here's a guy, and like I said, I'm just putting out there. I think it's because of his religion. He has a problem with, I guess kids learning anything about gay people, but he's okay with the fact that we're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't make a woman have a child.
That's
Even though
common.
you say every child is blessed by God or whatever.
That's common. I expect them to be for against that. But
Okay.
black men are definitely against gay rights or anything. And for women, everything. You give her everything. Put her on a pedestal. That's black men.
Folks cherry pick their sins.
Yeah, true.
It's common. Like I feel the same way. Like, yo, it's her body, her baby.
Yeah.
I do agree with Dave Chappelle say, if you go choose to kill him, I should be allowed to walk away at any time, bro. Seriously, man. At this point, I have no power, no say so. Yo, man should be granted amenity. Hell, don't worry about child support. Don't worry about spousal support. If you want to walk away, go ahead. Because at this point, yo,
see, that will never happen. That will never ever happen.
Let me walk away, man. Like, man, you allowed to kill him, and I can't say nothing. Hey, at least let me be like, you know what? I'm out. I can't do this no more. I feel like
I told you I didn't want it.
Personally,
what?
I ain't never had to deal with no bullshit.
As a man, you what did Chris Rock say? You're not allowed to do that as a man.
Nope.
If a woman says she's pregnant, all you can say is, "So what you gonna do?" You're not allowed to give no suggestion. You better not say anything. Either way, what you gonna do? It's all about you.
Let me out, man.
Say what you want.
It don't matter what I feel. It's all about. It don't matter what I want.
God.
It's all about her body, her choice. So let me just have a choice to get up out of there, man.
Get up out of there.
But see, then look,
what if she has that baby and he become a Shaquille O'Neal or something like that? The Dwayne, you know what I'm saying? The Dwayne Wade to make a bunch of money in the NBA or whatever. Now you want to come back in his life.
That's my son, though. That's my son, though.
You don't get to do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
What baby? I'm a donator.
That's terrible.
I donated. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of the sperm bank. I donated. So at this point,
I'm a donor.
Do what you need to do. That's it.
Oh man. Well, okay. So check it out. Let me switch gears. I want to talk about a woman by the name of Dr. Erica Anderson. She's a clinical psychologist. She's 30. She's been doing it for 30 years. What has she been doing for 30 years? Helping and counseling transgender youth, right? So she's 71 and she's transgender herself, but she says that clinicians are failing to carry out thorough mental health evaluations before recommending hormones or surgeries to young people. You know what I'm saying? So she was saying that she was even thinking of stopping her own practice because she thinks that, and in her words, let me quote it directly. She says that, what did she say? It's becoming trendy. You know what I'm saying? She feels that all this stuff is becoming trendy. Now, she said that she's been instrumental in pushing the movement to make kids being transgender, stuff like that, more accepted in society. But she said with social media, she said with the pandemic, a lot of these kids being stuck inside and them talking to each other on social media, it kind of glamorized this stuff. And it's kind of made it to where all of these kids, just because they're quote unquote questioning their sexuality, they run out and they're getting this hormone therapy. And I guess they're getting it real easily. These doctors are just giving it to them without doing all the steps that they should take to give it to them. So, and that's what's this is coming from a woman who's been doing it for 30 plus years.
That's the fear I have. That's the fear I had since, the wave has been going on. I'm like, man, this gonna be a thing where, look, man, people like, yo, man, you want to just switch? Go ahead and switch. Like, hold up, man. What? Don't talk.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be a little deeper? Then I was like, you know what? None of my business. Now I live in this world, man. I was in Miami, man. Yo, man, they out there, bro. I was like, man, I ain't even gonna talk to nobody.
And see, that's the thing. I like the face. I like the fact that people who are dealing with this are able to come out the shadows. But then, like you said, and then like she even said, how much of this is trendy? How much of these people are doing this because of Instagram, because of Facebook, because of whatever, and it's just something cool for the moment. And then she said a lot of these kids are getting this therapy and then they're figuring out that, or even getting these surgeries and figuring out that this isn't what they want. So hold up, how's that playing out? You're 16, 17, 18 years old. You're a guy who thinks that you're really a woman. You get the unit snippety snipped. Then at 21, 22, you say to yourself, I'm actually a man. Oops, that was a mistake. What do you do about that?
No worse than that. What are we doing?
What do you do with that? What do you do with that? That's something to think about because I guarantee you somebody's living that. So I'm just like,
man, people need to be asking better questions. Not, how should we as a society treat people who want to make the decision? We should be asking, man, why people want to make this decision? I don't think it's always because of birth. I was born to be something different. Why was you born to do that?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like the influence between media, social media, all of that is one of the pushing engines in this whole situation. I'm okay. I'm okay with it being. But when it comes to manipulation, I'm like, man, that's manipulation, man. At this point, y'all putting it in everything. Now it's in my cereal box. I just want to eat freaking Rice Krispies. Plain kind. That you gotta add.
Hey, now look. Now, guess what? Now, there is a flip side to this. There's a Dr. A.J. Eckert. She's a gender specialist, and she says that excessive evaluations could be harmful to teens' mental health. So she said doing a whole bunch of these evaluations on these kids, this other doctor is saying it needs to be done to make sure that they're making the right decision. This doctor said, no, that's actually hurting them, and we can't do that. So this Dr. Erica had said the kids are coming out as trans because it's trendy. But then this Dr. A.J. Eckert said, yeah, it's really trendy to be vulnerable and marginalized. How about this? I get where both of these women, I assume they're both women, are coming from. I get it. Like you just said, Justice, we want people who are dealing with this to be accepted. We don't want them to be judged. We want them to feel free to come forward. We don't want to popularize it. We don't want to glamorize it. We don't want to disparage it, but we don't want to popularize it. We don't want to glamorize it. We don't want to, quote unquote, make it so attractive that a kid goes down this road just because, all willy-nilly, just because. How do you find a balance between this stuff?
Children shouldn't even be able to make that decision. Children shouldn't make. When you're changing your whole body and your whole mindset off of feelings as a child. What? Yeah. It's in the same category as a young child that has a crush on an adult or something. Like, hold on, man, you're still developing. Chill. Why don't you go play football, go color in a book, or go to a party or something? But please don't start chopping away at yourself just yet and taking medicine that we don't know what the long-term effects is yet. This stuff is all relatively new. Don't be a guinea pig for society. Hold up real quick. The emotional driven crybaby. That's all these kids is now. Oh, I feel I want this. I want. Shut up. We got just deal with what you got. And you ever hear the quote, man? You got these cards. Or you start off with something, man. Just use it. You might like it. I learned a lot of people who switch sides. They don't even try. What they were pre-subscribed for. I'm like, bro, let's try some, man. It was good.
No, hold up. Somebody had told me that back in the day. Well, not back in the day, actually, just a little recently where I work. And it was a younger person. They told me that. They said anyone who's gay has been with the opposite sex, because how do you know that you're gay unless you try to do it the quote unquote heterosexual regular way and then be like, oh, this is not me. This is not what I get into. A lot of people haven't. You just find that out because they just. Now they call those. I think a woman who's a lesbian who's never been with a man, I think they call those like a gold star lesbian or something. I'm not making this up. You can Google this. I just heard this term a little while ago, and if I'm wrong, And like I say on my show all the time, if I'm wrong, give me some pushback. If I'm wrong right here on Spitfire, you can give me some pushback. But I think that's what they call a lesbian woman who's never been with a man. She's a gold star lesbian. So that does exist, but they're obviously rare. And then you meet lesbians who have 4 kids. I'm like, you don't do men. We actually did a man 4 times, right? Because you got 4 kids.
Well, nowadays with technology, they don't have to interact with men. They can just get injected.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Or
You're right.
They got test tubes for everybody now. You can Elon Musk it now, like test baby up. I think I'm gonna go with that route, man. It's gonna be a clone of me. That way, when I start saying crazy stuff and I get assassinated, bro, they gonna assassinate my clone.
They gonna assassinate your clone, leave you alone.
$15,000, bro. That's cheaper than a kid.
Oh my lord, that is cheaper than a kid.
Bro,
show enough cheaper than a kid.
$15,000. You got your kid here.
That is so funny, man. Hey, you know what? Hold up. Here's another thing that's hot in the news. Taxes. You guys did your taxes yet? Who's done them? Boys, you did them. Justice, have you done them? You did them?
I even did my 2014 ones that I skipped for some reason.
What the what? 2014?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. You have up to 3 years to file any year. Them 2014, that might get you thrown in jail, sir.
Nah, I'll be all right. So
I'll be all right.
I completely forgot I was filing taxes that year. I was like, man, something must be wrong. I'm gonna have somebody look at this. Procrastinate. 2015 coming along, filed taxes, and just kept going by life. I just forgot about it, man. I was like, oh crap, I never finished that thing up. I was like, oh, god dang. So all the taxes is done now. I'm financially stable.
Oh, and there it is.
In my financial report no more.
Congrats. What's up, boys? You do your taxes? Oh, the mic is off. Your mic off.
Boys probably been talking this whole time like these cats ignoring me.
I'm financially, I'm basically unemployed somewhat now, so I'm on disability. So I don't know how this gonna work. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be late. Let's just say that it's gonna be late.
You still can do your taxes.
Yeah, I've been on disability, and disability will send you a form, and then you got to do your taxes off of that. But you got to wait till they send you that form. Yeah, and then, like I said, you got. Huh?
When you got hurt before the year ended?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about now. Yeah.
Well, they send it whenever they want to send it. This is the government we're talking about, so they ain't on nobody's time, And then, okay, check. So you have up to 3 years to file for any 1 year. Know that. And then, the deadline
without penalties. Yeah. Without penalties.
Well, no, you will get penalties, but it's not that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not the big. I mean, they might
late fee.
Yeah, stuff like that. I've done that before. How about this? I had stuff going on with child support. So I held back this year on filing because if I filed, I knew child support would have took all the money. Things got straightened out with them, and then I filed this year. I can't remember what it was, but I had up to 3 years from that year and filed it, and I got like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 back. Child support would have took all of that if I had filed it the 3 years prior. So saving it sometimes is better because you can figure things out and get stuff straightened out to where when you file it, you'll make sure to get that money.
I've never known that. I've never done that.
Yeah, well, I got friends who own businesses and they do all types of little tricks and know all types of little stuff. And a friend of mine told me that years ago. He said, Ed, you have up to 3 years to file for any year. And that's true. Because like I said, I tried it and sure enough, that's cool. You have up to 3 years to file for any year. Yeah.
So I definitely passed my 3 years up. I think
so they ain't gonna be coming knocking at the door talking about
well, it's interesting now, look, because Justice said that he had some stuff from 2014, and I'm like, when you found that, nobody said nothing. It wasn't a big deal. It was just like, oh well.
They ain't sent you a letter or nothing yet.
What about
the IRS?
Not yet. I had to mail it in. Maybe it's probably stacks of mails. Maybe they didn't get to my stuff yet, man. I'm just chilling.
Oh, they just waiting.
Now hold up,
get up.
You know what? It's interesting you just brought that up, and you are correct, sir. I was watching a thing on TV, and it was this morning, and the lady was saying, first of all, she said, first of all, let me just go ahead and go into the other stuff I was going to talk about too. Deadline April 15th. It's been extended to April 18th. So anybody who hasn't done their taxes yet, let me tell you, I did mine Thursday night, April 14th, because I knew that April 15th was the deadline. I did my taxes for free with Cash App. Believe it or not, Cash App. You can do your tax, and guess what? That is the fastest and quickest I've ever done my taxes in my life. Yes, I always do my taxes.
How much money Cats is making? They're like, hold on, G.
Well, no. They're getting in on it because well, they got a thing to where you can have your refund sent directly to them, right? Now, I went ahead and did that because a lot of times with some of the stuff I'm in, also I sometimes don't even get a refund. But then I was like, hey, if I could get it directly or whatever, that'd be real cool to get it right to the Cash App. But then the lady was saying in this program, that's the best thing to do. She said, if you can file electronically. She said, if you can get that direct deposit. Because she said the first thing,
places like H&R Block and these tax places still exist. I mean, I understand for businesses and stuff, but for an individual,
but you know what? People still like the convenience of going to like a H&R Block and you get that money back super quick. If you're like and I know women in this situation. Say you're a woman and you got 3 kids, you get a tax return of $10,000. You don't want to wait for that. You run over here to H&R Block, even though they're going to take maybe up to $1,000 or maybe not that much, but $500-$600. You still getting the bulk of that money back quickly. People like that. People that ain't going nowhere.
It's not
people
like they do anything fancy. They do exactly what you do through Free Tax USA. I'm like, bro, bro,
and charge you a bunch of money.
Before I went ahead, did my taxes. Like, you ready to file? It'll be 300. Click, ring. I was like, I know how much I'm gonna get back. Let me see what happens when I use Free Tax USA. Oh, the same amount. Why was I going to pay you to do this, man? But people like getting that money back, that rapid refund. People love rapid refund because people want their money now. They don't want to wait a week or two for it. Next year, I'm gonna call me now at 1-800-taxes.
Well, there's money to be made. Now that's why I said, look, that's a free one. Cash App. There are other free ones. I always do my taxes for free because I'm not paying anybody. Now in other countries they do taxes for you. Really, here in America, we shouldn't be doing our own taxes. All of that's just a money. Right. It's just a money grab. I think it's in China or Japan. One of them, they do your taxes. They send you a postcard that says either you owe money or they owe you money, and that's it. And if you want to dispute it, then you can send that postcard back. Say you want to dispute it, and then you go through the action of doing that. But they send you a postcard of what you either owe or what we owe you, and that's the end of it. It should be that way here in America.
Taxes is crazy. There's so much fraud in taxes. Like, oh my goodness, all these loopholes to get. It's like some weird game we developed that only a few big players know of.
Well, we didn't develop that game. The government developed that game, and they developed it. You're right, for the rich people.
The fact that we played the game, we helped develop it because we was the testies. They tested on our ancestors and like, ooh, look, they're not fighting back. Let's keep taxing them. Let's keep taking their pay, and then let's tax them. Let's take taxes off their pay. Add taxes to what they buy, and then let's tell them. So let's tell most of them they ain't getting nothing back at the end of the year. So there's reward.
Oh yeah.
So being a truck driver. At one point, there was a per diem that you could get because you spend the majority of your time outside of your home. Yeah, you live on the road, so you go from state to state to state. So you spending your tax money in different states, and you basically living on the road and you're paying for everything. You don't really live at your house, so they can't. So at one point, the government used to give you truck drivers so much money per day to eat on and to live. Trump came in, wiped that out immediately.
I don't care. How long was y'all getting that?
Oh, years. It was never a thing for a truck driver to owe.
Hey, Fizz,
if you did owe, it got ate up with the per diem. They just took your per diem money away. You could get $1,500 off top, just being a truck driver. Period. Automatically. And then anything that you added on top of that you bought, that you had receipts for, you could walk away with $2,000, $3,000 automatically just being a truck driver. He wiped that out.
Okay.
He wiped all that out. So now you end up
Immediately.
owing every
Right.
year unless you claim damn near zero.
Hey,
Then during the year they put you in this high ass tax bracket because they say you make too much money. So and then you being with no dependents, you already get ate up, and then now you're also put in this tax bracket, high ass tax bracket that you deserve to get
the more money you make,
$800 to $1,000 almost of your paycheck taken every time you get paid, but then you still owe at the end of the year. It's just a bunch of, and you can't really write nothing off because now your company supposedly is supposed to give you this per diem. So your company is getting the benefit, but now companies are not giving you the full amount that you used to get. It was at one point damn near $80, $60, $80 a day for every day that you were working. Now, company, that's good money. Yeah. So even if you did owe money and they just slashed off of what you would get, or if you didn't owe shit. But now companies decide, no, you only get $30 to $40 per diem from us. And then the difference, I'm sorry. Now, if you're an owner operator, you still free and clear to own every bit of money you spend, everything you use, you can write it off. But as a company driver, you can hardly never get nothing back. But we're on the road. We eat just as much. You work 5 days a week. You still a driver, and you still gone 14, 15, 16 hours a day. So you still gonna basically live. Even if you come home, you still eating out.
Bed in your truck?
Yeah.
No. In your truck, man?
Not my truck. No. Not my truck. No. It would be in a hotel, but the company would pay for it. But I still gotta eat.
Exactly.
And it costs a lot. And truck stops cost twice as much as what you would get going to a store. It's ridiculous. So every year I can guarantee now to owe. So this year I'm like, I'm gonna owe anyway. And I'm just gonna take my time, Now that you told me 3 years, okay. I don't plan on taking 3 years because I have been in a situation where I've owed the IRS. I owed them 2 years in a row. I was like, well, damn, I'm still trying to pay you back from the last year. Then comes another year, and bam, and
they be taking your federal tax.
Just as soon as I pay that year off, it's time to go back in and pay them again. I was like, damn, I just got off of the thing.
I say this: never sign up for their pay plans. If you sign up for the pay plan, you have to pay them. But if you don't sign up,
you can pick. They have an amount that they say that you can pay. But whatever you send them the first time is what your payment normally is. So if you say I can give you $100, it depends on now. If you owe $5,000 and you giving them $100 a month, they're gonna be like, no. You owe $1,200, they'll let you do $100 a month until you pay it off for the year.
Don't agree to nothing, man. All I did was let them take my taxes from next year. That's all they gonna do. They're like,
you don't get no taxes the next year.
Exactly. Well,
you gonna keep owing your money.
They don't get that.
But the year that I did owe, I was like, I ain't signing up for no payment plan. Then the payment plan comes with interest and stuff. And all you doing is signing up to sign the debt over to a collection company. Even with the IRS, all they gonna do when you file next year, you get money.
Bro, don't play with the IRS though.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you, my boy did that. My boy did that. And he thought it was a joke.
What happened with him?
They froze his money, bro. He went to the bank. They locked his stuff up and took their money.
20, 30, 40,000 old. They want you. But man,
he didn't even owe that.
How much did he owe?
I would say he must have only owed like $2,000.
No, nobody.
But it had went long. Yeah, it went so long. But see, IRS don't call you. They send you a letter. And he ignored the letter. He ignored it. I remember the day he called me. He's like, bro, man, can I borrow some money? I was like, what's up? Man, IRS and froze up my stuff. Are you for real? He said he called him. He said, yeah, I called him, and they was like, Mr. J, we did talk to you, and we told you, and you ignored us. So I'm sorry, we froze your account.
So we froze your account.
Then he tried to switch his stuff over to another bank. They stopped it at the job. The job was taking his checks, bro. I think it was more than $2,000. I think it was more than $2,000.
It had to be more than $2,000. I would think
it had to be. Like how many
years? Stuff, man. They won't come at you because you broke. They gonna come at you because you doing illegal stuff and somehow you owe them thousands and thousands of dollars. The only way you get to that point is you fucking up somewhere, bro. Even for them cats,
even if you mess up your return, they will correct it though. They'll be like, "No, you owe us this, mug. What you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like, I just think he just
on our record.
Yeah, I just think he just wasn't filing for many years.
Yeah.
What was you drinking on right there? Was that Calypso lemonade?
Oh no! Oh, you know what? No. I was sipping on this. What is it? It's like this hazy IPA. It's a new IPA though. It's actually called Juice. Yeah. Oh, you know me. I'm an IPA drinker, man. That's an IPA right there.
I've been looking for this lime Calypso lemonade that ain't sold nowhere in Columbus anywhere, bro. I done went to
wow. Who makes it?
Stores. Calypso, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Calypso lemonades.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
I'm gonna have to order it off of Amazon for like $40 or something.
Let me ask you then, Fizz. How do you stay in shape and able to drink? Or you just do it once per week or something like that?
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, man, I need to cut back on my drinking. Let me tell you, I love to toss it up. I ain't go front. Hey, but, you know what? I watch my caloric intake, and then my job. Really, I move a lot in my job. Even where I work, I've noticed like a lot of even young ladies will start working there. They be thick when they start working there, but then after about a month or two, you losing weight. You're losing weight because I'm gonna tell you, man, working with the autistic kids, you're gonna be running all over the place, especially if you're working with the young ones. You're running all over the place. If you're working with the older ones like I do, sometimes you're fighting and all that other stuff. So yeah, all those kids, it's a reward to walk. So I can be working with a kid. We do a program that may take 5 minutes. This kid wants to walk. Boom. Now we're walking around the whole building. Then we come back, do another 5-10 minutes of work, then we're walking again. Some of them kids, that's all they want to do. Walk. That's a piece of that's a piece of autism though. Those autistic kids, that's reinforcing for them. They love to take walks. So we walk a lot. I walk around that building a lot. So
I got crazy mad steps a day.
Let me tell you, I worked with a kid and it was I love beer, but look, I worked with a kid at the end of the day. I had 1,800 steps. 1,800 steps. And that was the end of a work day. But then there were people I work with, some of the ladies say, I want to work with that kid. I want to get my steps in. No, you don't. Because this kid had you running all over this building like he got me running all over this building. But yeah, really, that's what it is. I watch that caloric intake because, they say 2,000 calories a day. So I try and stay under that. So I just go ahead and usually I'm not going to lie because, with the work that I do, I usually need a double. And I told y'all the stuff I drink, diesel, that's 153% alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So it's a stronger drink.
Oh, okay. It's the strong. It's the strongest.
I need to double of that. You said
that's
what? That's the liquor. Okay, that's the liquor I drink. The beer is the IPA. That's what I chase it with, sir. I got to chase it with. So I take that with the IPA.
Okay, it's not that. It's the strong to get to the point, so you don't have to drink as much.
You want something to get to the point, man.
Exactly.
Drink tequila. They use
tequila. I've been to rob the bank. My woman been there, left me with tequila.
Blue agave is a natural sweetener, man. Blue agave, man. Look, tequila. You can't drink the other stuff. Too high in sugar, wheat, bad for your body. Tequila,
a friend of mine, that's what he drinks. Tequila. I can't do tequila. If I do tequila, I'm ready to rob a bank. I'll sign anything. I'll rob anything. I can't.
Never
tequila
feel that
really
way.
takes me there sometimes.
Get a PlayStation then. That way, if you get violent, you can just shoot little kids on the game.
I was gonna say gin. Me and gin don't get along.
I don't like gin either. Gin,
oh my god, dude! Gin will make me crazy. Gin will lay you out.
I ain't touching no gin, especially no Seagram's gin, no more.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
Seagram's
the
dry
juice.
gin. No. The bumpy face.
Extra distilled. Yeah, man.
No.
Sitting there in the
No.
90s listening to Snoop talking about gin and juice. I was like, man, let me try this, man. Let me try this. Boy, it was good. Next thing I know, I don't remember none. I thought, man, you don't know what you did? You was fighting. You was cussing.
Everybody got their cup, but they ain't pitched in.
Right.
I used to love Hennessy. That's done. It's
You know what? That is like Hennessy is like the drink of brothers, isn't it? I got some boys, that's all they drink is Hennessy. A friend of mine, that's all he drinks. He'll drink Hennessy or he'll drink Grey Goose sometimes. But more often than anything, Hennessy is the drink of black men. Black men drink Hennessy, I think, more than anything.
Hennessy and black women drink Ciroc.
Yes, I agree. Black women, and I don't know what that's. How did Puff Daddy lock down that with black women and Ciroc?
Ciroc or Patron?
Patron. That's Usher, ain't it? Usher got him on that Patron. Patron is good. That's good tequila, boy. But once again, that's tequila. That's tequila. Tequila.
That Patron be strong. It be giving me
it
heartburn.
Is.
I like other tequilas better, man. I'm like, man, it's overrated. Look, they like the Patron because the bottle pretty. Come in the green box. It is. You pull it out. You got that. Man, it's just a pretty bottle.
So that's a part of it.
He don't even, man, look, Jose Cuervo get me there quicker than Patron. I'm like, man, y'all get me
Jose Cuervo.
Jose Cuervo bottle, bro, silver. Get out of here, man. No. I like gold tequila, though. Gold tequila is better to me.
You think so? Yeah, most people like the clear tequila. My boy, he loves the clear 1800.
All that clear stuff be too heavy on the chest, man. I like gold tequila. It's smoother. It goes down. No heartburn.
Now, some people don't do light alcohol at all. I like vodka. That's probably my favorite liquor is vodka. But I know a lot of black people do dark liquor. And do y'all do dark or light?
Both.
When I was drinking dark, it was dark, bro, all the time. Brandies, cognacs. Let me get something dark, always. Light, look, if that's all we got, get it. I'm drinking light. But
hey, I hear I'm a drinker. If you got a drink, I'm gonna drink it. But I prefer.
I'm not gonna complain at all. It could be the cheapest little corner store liquor. I'm like, sure, why not? Give me that shot. I'm
you know that cheapest liquor is that people sleep on. And you can get it all day. That Conchaca, the big old jug, the big Conchaca jug. Was it like 5 or 6 months? Yo, that stuff will sneak up on you so fast, bro. You be like, this is water. It's all watered down. Next thing you know, you like, damn.
You hung over
the little bottle will smash you too. You be like, man, this little thing will water down. You know, some orange juice, you be tore up. Like, damn.
Hey, y'all ever
that's what you get on them broke days. You ain't got no money. You get that Kamachaka vodka. That is some cheap stuff.
Yep.
You ever had a Steel Reserve?
I had that years. Yeah,
some of that's. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, my favorite beer, believe it or not, used to be Old English. And I remember being younger, and people telling me, man, when you get older, you ain't gonna be able to drink that crap. And I was like, what? Get out of here! I'm gonna drink this slave shit for nah.
Bro, I tried to go.
You couldn't pay me to drink an Old English right now. You could not pay me to drink. You could pay me to drink a Natty Ice. I don't want a natural ice. I used to love them.
I could probably drink an Old English, but I ain't gonna finish it. But I can't touch it to 11.
Whoa.
I can.
Times I tried 211, man, I was sick as a dog. Like, what am I?
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah, I wouldn't even really mess with a High Life. And High Life is cool. High Life is supposed to be the champagne of beers, but these days it has to be a craft beer or an IPA, or I'm not gonna mess with it. I just can't even.
Heineken or Mickey's. Remember Mickey's?
Yeah, Mickey's.
Heineken is good. It don't do nothing no more. It don't do nothing now. I used to love Heineken's, bro.
I don't like Heineken.
Corona. If we gotta drink beer, just grab some Corona.
Corona is cool. I mess with a Corona. You know, more than all, Corona reminds me of a friend of mine who passed away. I mean, he religiously drank Corona, my dude Red. So I drink it in honor of him, but I still actually like Corona. You know what else is a Red Stripe? I mess with a Red Stripe.
Really?
You know?
Yeah,
Red Stripe is cool.
not bad.
It is Corona Red Stripe. I'm not mad. I'm not happy either. I feel like you just drink it just to pee a lot later.
Yeah.
I hate when cats bring beer on a road trip. I'm like, we can't drink these. We'll have to stop all
I put some of that conchaca in there, bro. That put some. What you call that? What's that called? There's a name for you mix the vodka in your beer. There's a name they used to have for it.
Oh, you're right, because we used to do that, but I can't. I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
vodka and beer. That's how you know vodka nasty. That's the only drink you can mix in your beer.
What is it? She said Boilermaker.
Boilermaker? Is that Boilermaker?
Yeah, kinda. I guess you could say it was a Boilermaker.
The only thing about the boil is your stomach.
Nah, you're not mixing that crap together. True indeed.
You'll be pooping and pissing and
wow.
Beer makes you pee all day. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I understand how people should drink coffee all day. I used to say that about water, but water is different. It's good for you, but all the other stuff, man, I can't drink beer all day. This man take forever to feel something. Then you finally feel something. You full as heck. Then the heartburn because of the wheat that's used in beer.
Get some of that too. True.
Yeah. I can't drink beer because of gout. Gout don't like beer.
Oh,
gout.
really?
Like, no beer is out with gout. You're like, no, you didn't.
Is it wheat? Everything like no bread, no pasta.
No, it's meats and alcohol. Definitely, it's like heavy. We say the rich man's diet when you eat a lot of red meat and seafood. Seafood is out and alcohol.
What is it inside of that stuff that interacts with gout or causes it?
Ain't it the fat or something like that?
Yeah.
It's a very classic old cocktail. Yeah. Liquor served with a glass of beer. It really shot into
it's just that simple.
Yeah.
I haven't got
either drop a shot of beer, chug it, or you can drink the shot quickly and spit. I am not. You know when people used to take shots of oh man, it's some of your dark stuff, man. And they drink the beer, and they drink the dark. A lot of the bars,
flaming Dr. Pepper or something.
No, it's always the shot, and it's a weird. I used to go to Minneapolis, and I would go to those bars that were primarily mixed races, and they'd be like, man, come on and take a shot with me, and whatever it was nasty.
I know but you talking about I think you're talking about oh my god, what is it?
Or something weird.
Jägermeister.
Jägermeister. Oh my god.
That's what you're talking about, Jesse. Jägermeister, no thank you. That's cough syrup. I don't want no that Jäger. And then if you notice, it comes in that coffin and it cools itself. I don't like Jaeger. Jaeger is something else. I mean, them cats be drinking that. I'm cool. Yeah, Jaeger. I'm cool on Jaeger. There's another thing called Ouzo. You ever had that? It's like a Greek drink. It's kind of like Jaeger. It's like cough syrup. It's just so strong.
I don't like whiskey. I thought
Goldschlager is cool. I can mess with Goldschlager.
Goldschlager tastes like cinnamon, that big red gum in a drink form. I'm like, man, who wants to drink cinnamon drink? This is gross. Oh, but it is cool because it got gold at the bottom. I don't know if
it's just like a Fireball, and then some people mix Fireball with Mountain Dew, which I'm like, ugh.
Really?
It has real gold pieces. Yeah, Goldschlager.
I feel like if you mixing liquor, unless it's a drink, you just mixing liquor with Mountain Dew and Pepsi and stuff, you're just wasting top shelf liquor. Get bottom shelf liquor.
Oh, you sound like Key. You sound like Key. Yo, shout out Key, because Key won't drink nothing with his dang on liquor. He's like, nah.
Drink it straight.
You know me, T. Come over here and be like,
give me shot, a glass of liquor, maybe maybe with ice in it. But man, don't put no juice all up in my liquor, man.
I agree.
I drink the juice after
Fireball, yeah. That's what Fireball mixed that with Mountain Dew. I'm like, I do, but
That
people
sounds pretty
drink it.
good. That sounds pretty good to me.
You said sound good to me. I
But
can't do it.
Fireball don't do nothing for you though. Fireball just hot and sweet to me. It don't really have no. I'm just sitting here. Yeah, get me a buzz. Get to the point.
I
But
agree. That's why.
all
I
that
drink that
extra stuff.
153 vodka I be drinking because I don't BS when I drink. I'm trying to get there. You know,
Yeah, all
I ain't
that
trying to be
extra stuff
drinking.
is like while we mixing drinks, while we drinking all this liquid before the alcohol, just give me the alcohol. Ain't what we here to do?
Yeah, if I'm gonna sit back and chill, then I'm gonna have some wine.
Yeah, there you
Wine
go.
all day. Wine will sneak up on you too. Don't sleep on wine. Wine will tear you up. Find the right one.
Had me nauseous. I don't like wine.
Yeah. I used to go to Wine Week at Smith and Walensky. That's like a steakhouse in Easton, and we go there for lunch. And they have Wine Week, and they have like the sips. So they have like 10 different wines, and then they have the sip where you can like just pour your glass, whatever. They just keep it filled. And man, we would leave there with our heads cracked open. Let me tell you, that Wine Week, man, I'd leave it. My head would be just because I'd have like 10, 12 different wines. I mean, I would just be ripped. And it was a bunch because you could do it for like $50. So $50, you get the lunch, and then you get a wine pour, and that was the bomb, man.
Wow.
$50 per person.
Oh yeah, that was like at Smith and Walensky's. That's low. I done went to Smith and Walensky's with my lady and spent $120. That's Smith and
you
Walensky's.
get a whole meal and all the wine you can sip.
Well, now if you go for Wine Week, that's the deal. You pay $50, which is the lowest lunch you can get. You could pay more if you wanted to, but me being cheap, I got the lowest lunch I could get, which was $50, which is 2 steak medallions, 2 pieces of steak, and then you get all these sips. So it's like 10 different wines, and they'll just come through and pour the wine for you as you drink it. So it's worth the $50 because you're gonna get drunk.
I miss going to Kroger and getting when you come in and they'd have that wine there. I miss that. I remember that. COVID, I don't think they do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. COVID might have messed all that up, huh?
Everything is blamed on COVID now, man. It don't matter what it is.
Sam's Club,
like 9/11 back in the day.
Locked out, COVID. My car broke down, COVID.
I had a crab cake sandwich at Smith.
Yes, Smith and
Walensky.
Are
they still around? Are they still?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I love Smith and Walensky. Yeah, because my mom was. I was telling her about it, and she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna look that up and make your father take me." And I said, "Yeah, he'll do it. What choice will he have?" But Smith and Walensky said, "I love the meat. Oh my lord, yes. The only thing I don't like about Smith and Walensky is for the price. It probably should be a little more intimate. Like you'll have a table, and there might be another table almost an arm's length away." That ain't so bad. But for the kind of money you're going to spend there, you kind of want to boo for something, which you can request. But their food's good. Their food is really good.
Like, man, this place is all jam-packed. I'm spending
no drink.
as much money as everybody. The drink's probably like $5 for the ice, $8 for the
straw. Those restaurants, they nickel and dime you. And then sometimes they have stuff, what they call it, a la carte. So they bring the cart around, and now you got to pay for that stuff, by itself that's coming off this cart. But we got some vegetables that were cooked in duck fat, and I don't even really eat veggies. But my woman, she said, "Man, them vegetables was amazing," but she had finished all of them. Well, oh yeah, love duck. So she's like, "These vegetables amazing," and so she ended up we packed some of the stuff up. She forgot the vegetables. So the next day she gonna tell you, she said, "Man, I'm going back for them vegetables. They was good as heck." I said, "Well, go ahead. They was $15 for them vegetables." So she said, "I'm going back for them." Went back, and they hooked it up for her and all that. They ain't even gave her another thing, whatever. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If you don't finish your food, for sure, pack it up. And that's what I'm saying. We left them vegetables there, went back the next day, and it's like, "Oh, you cool?" We remember y'all was here. Yeah, let me get them vegetables that you got. Yeah. So I mean, they
vegetables.
Somebody did. Them that's what we had that night that we left. Somebody ate those.
they tripping.
They have to come back and get some different when they come back. But the food is really, really good. But I mean, you're gonna pay for it. This ain't a cheap restaurant.
That's how I be though, man. I love going to restaurants that look a little skelly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's see what you got. Let's see. Yeah. Usually, if you pay for the prices up there, the food probably gonna be bomb. Man, we was in Detroit. We was out with me, my boy, a couple of girls. You could tell they wasn't used to going somewhere like this. It's like $30. I'm like, your voice down. You ain't even paying for anything.
Black folks nowhere.
You know? I'm like, bro, like
you ain't even paying. Like, man, you ain't even paying. Why you tripping?
Like, just, I should be the one $30.
Yeah, you know what? You could give me that $30, bro.
Yeah, made a steak in the house, but.
And then the food come out. It's all that it's all. They don't just slop some food on your plate, fries, and the burger. They give us some real food. I'm like, dang, man, these cheese and shrimp grits, blah blah blah.
Cheese and shrimp grits. What?
Is that an edible candle in the middle of it? Man, look. So, man, look. The food good and the presentation good. For that, for the price, they can't put more food on it. I'm like, man. This food is not to get stuffed out on. You want to get stuffed out, you got went to KFC or something, man.
Yeah.
This is an experience that you ain't got to pay for it, mind you. Everything all you should be saying is, wow, whoa.
Well, like you said, when people aren't used to that, they have to make a big deal about it, And even when you're used to it, sometimes, you're kind of like, like, whoa. But here's my thing. I mean, you only live one. And like you said, you're paying for an experience. They were saying that too. They said that's really the big thing with even millennials. They said they don't mind paying a bunch of money for something because you're paying for the experience. You're not necessarily just paying for the food or the activity or whatever. You're paying for the experience of it, and that's true. You're paying for the memory, and that's priceless.
Downtown Detroit, you got all the skyscrapers, nightlife everywhere. It's just busy. I'm like, dang, it's like COVID. They don't care about COVID up here, huh? Man,
it's a COVID schmovid.
Everybody's being nice. I'm like, oh man, this night is
awesome.
Hey,
you went to that restaurant during COVID recently? Really? Yeah. Oh, damn.
Over the summertime too.
Oh, it was at a peak then when it was like
during the height of COVID.
Man, you sure you ain't have COVID and you just didn't know it?
I don't know. I was smoking weed and coughing, so I couldn't tell. I still could taste stuff. I was like, man, either they could cook or I don't know. Man.
You don't know.
Paid all this money just to get COVID. Food was good though. The experience was cool, but
that is funny, man. Hey,
COVID can't keep me down, man. I went to Atlanta during COVID. Yo, Atlanta act like they don't care either.
No,
like Atlanta Atlanta just.
Well, you see, death rates have spiked everywhere, including here in Ohio, and ain't nobody trying to wear no mask. People are over masked. I work at a school. People are done with it there. They don't even care. They're like,
nobody
the hospital.
It's like whatever.
About putting people with the hospital with this new variant and all that. People like they just don't. And then how about this? Okay, what did they say? I think they said that the flu kills like 30 million people a year, and then we had 6 million people die from COVID. So you do got to kind of look at those numbers and be like, well, geez, I mean, if we lose 30 million people a year from the flu, 6 million people from COVID is kind of like, I mean, it's a lot of people, but
What's up, cuz? Birmingham is y'all over mask too? Oh, okay.
See
what I'm saying? Yeah, they over mask. I get it. Everybody's over mask.
Mask if needed. If not, because man, I don't know, man. I don't think the cloth mask really. I don't know. I think
better than nothing.
If you had a real breathing machine that filters and cleans the air, maybe we talking. But since we cheap, then we all doing stuff like this. I don't know. I see these holes in all the fabric we use for these masks. I'm like, yo, I know it's microscopic.
Maybe just do this.
It's like, hey, look, it's another mascot. He goes right underneath the ass, bro.
Hey.
None of our fabric is good enough because if it wasn't, you couldn't breathe properly. Like, I don't know. It got me like it's better than nothing. Man, them masks make me dizzy and hot.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I'm breathing my own breath all day. I be cheating everywhere I go because I need real air.
Well, you know what? Hey, it's crazy because in China. That variant, they locked people down for real.
Yeah.
Like you were not allowed to leave your house. They're talking about how people were going out on their balconies. They had a drone going around saying, "Do not be singing on your balcony." There were people yelling from the balconies about how they were hungry and starving and needed food. So it's bad. I mean, they lock people down for real over there, which makes you think that this is obviously serious. But they always get this, crazy when this thing out,
I don't want us to be locked down unless we just trying to recycle the earth like last time. I think that was good. Hey man, everybody take
good for the earth, not for us, but it's good for the earth.
You hear some money from the government once again, just chill. You do it every year, every 2 years, something like that, 3 months. Yeah. Everybody chill, quit all that work and stuff. Go learn about this stuff. Refine yourself.
And that's the whole point. That'll never happen because the whole reason that you're not on lockdown again and all that is because of their precious economy. So they care more about the economy than they do about human lives. That's not going anywhere. But another good point too is like the numbers I just brought up. You got to think about that. 6 million people die from COVID. Okay, but we lose 30 million people a year from the flu. And we don't shut things down because of the flu. People just get sick and sometimes they die, sometimes they don't. So, I mean, I get it. It is what it is. Everybody has to protect themselves. I still work with some people who wear a mask every day. I was wearing a mask every day. I stopped doing it even myself because I'm like, man, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, what's the point? If
nobody's wearing the mask no more. So
not really. Out of 500 people, I might see 2 people wearing a mask. I mean, come on,
I feel like social distancing is something we should be doing normally, especially when we out in public. There's no way we should be bunched together. Some people breaths just stink. Forget COVID. Sometimes your breath stinks so bad, you're killing business and people's experience.
Okay.
Really? Give me 6 feet. Some people talk and they spit talk. I done felt spit in my mustache and I smelled it. Like, ugh.
That is nasty. Hey, have you ever had somebody talking to you and they eating something and they spit the food?
Yeah.
Now that right there makes you want to give a guy a mouthful of bloody chiclet. You just spit his lunch on you.
Yo, I still have this habit to cover my food when somebody approaches me to talk. Like, what you want?
You got to, like, what's up? What you eating, Chipotle? You can goodbye.
Hey, let me get a piece. Let me get a piece, though.
Get away from my food.
Let me get some off your fork.
Talking over my Chipotle.
That's how you get bum bumps.
Oh,
for real, man. And I don't like eating at places where you can see them making the food. You can see how dirty it is over there. You can see the guys using gloves. I'm like, man, if I go in a place that smell like dirty mop water, I was like, oh, they don't care about people. Man, ain't no way you mop front with the mop water you used from last night, man. I'm like, oh, I'm out. Hey, you need something? No, gone, man.
No, you go to the Chinese restaurants in the malls and you walking by. Would you like some? No. You standing out in the air with COVID, a plate, and you trying to give me a sample? No, man.
I'm cool. That's how thirsty they be for business.
Sure, hey. I'm like, nah, bro. I want you
to yeah, thank you. I'll take it.
Like, no, thank you.
You gonna cover them up, man. Covers are cheap, man. You can't get no plastic cover real quick, man. No, I don't want nothing. I'm with you, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now cats want to wear gloves and masks, man. Food industry, that should be standard. Like y'all back there.
It is supposed to be.
Like, bro, where your gloves at, man? Your big beard, nasty hands, bro.
Wait, man, this was a message. Here we go. Oh yeah. Mask up.
Yep, true indeed.
Tomorrow Easter.
Yep.
Yeah, when this video goes out as a replay, though, they'll be like, Easter being gone, though. But no show. Right? Nah, man, I don't.
It's Easter,
I don't have no plans on Easter, but man, come on, man.
It's Easter.
Yeah,
man, you put on your Sunday best and go hang out with your family at church. I'm not doing any of that, but I'm saying what you should.
COVID.
Yeah, man,
you said with COVID. We just talked about COVID, huh?
Hey, churches,
you're right.
Churches don't care. They like, nah, we can keep.
We open.
Yo, they can collect the money and they ain't gotta pay for the church. Like we still
hey, we got masks at the door. Come on in. We give you a mask.
Church mask
outside or at home, man.
Nah, the church, especially church, bro. On Easter Sunday, come on, bro. It'll be so crowded. It'll be so crowded, bro.
There's still gonna be some churches packed tomorrow. There'll still be some churches packed. Even though this COVID stuff going on, they'll still.
Ain't nobody gonna have no mask on. They gonna be sitting all close. Somebody gonna be coughing. Some old lady gonna be trying to give you some of that candy out the purse.
Oh. You know, everybody want to hug and talk after
Yeah,
pushing you 6 feet.
We ain't see you last year, baby. Where was you last? COVID kept us safe.
Let me pray with you. Trying to breathe on you. Breathe on.
Because I don't want to get stuck in that church traffic, man. You be in that church traffic for hours.
You calling that church traffic.
Man, that church traffic be ridiculous. Especially, I don't know why people go to big churches. They invite me. Everybody, Bryson, come to this church. I get the address. I come pull up the Rising Star. Like, man, this is Mega Mania Max Church, man. It's so bad they tell you where to park. They go park me way in the back behind everybody. I tried to leave early and everything. Still took a good hour to get. I'm like, bro, it's like 40. It's going on 30 minutes. I'll never come to church again. God was like, I understand.
I see you on
That's
TV.
all good, bro. Exactly. Don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah. I will see y'all next week then. Saturday. No show. No Sunday Easter show, folks. Sorry.
Yeah. Get your eggs. Go find you some eggs and.
I do have some people next week, but
I should die.
it may be one of them situations like the younger artists though, so I don't know. This might be more down your lane, kid, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be a little younger, and you know, might have to school educate us on some of the slang and stuff, because I would be sitting there probably like,
oh yeah, last time.
We got some
I was lost.
This don't sound right. I'm like,
I thought it was some type of devil song, and she's like, nah.
What you told? No, what was that thing? That's the thing you talking about on Instagram. What is it? Devil's
Demon
Night
Time.
or something? Demon Time. I need to put that. I'm sleeping on Demon Time.
Even
keep my mouth down.
He was confused about it.
He mentioned something on.
Yeah, he didn't even know.
He's like hashtagging. I was like, nah, they talking about they doing a dance challenge or something. It is something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they on, man.
I'm like, what in the world are y'all into now? What the hell?
That's funny.
But
I try to keep up, man. It's too much.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So, enjoy your drink. Drink one for me.
For sure. For sure.
I ain't got no. I might give you some.
You still got some time. You got some time.
I do.
Yeah.
Come around to the liquor store.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
True indeed.
Take that
all right, y'all. Take it easy, man. Peace.
All right. Peace.
We out. You know what I mean? We out of here, G.
It's now time for the nationally syndicated radio show that brings nothing but heat. Spit fire, save the matches radio with the brothers that are unmatched.
We discuss everything from food to finances. Want in on this? Have a comment or question? Send an email with bio to Spitfire Save Match.